From New York, Ebro in the morning on Hot 97.
Run the Cam Newton audio, sir. Let's hear it. Let's hear Cam Newton.
More congratulations, right and left.
I know you take a lot of pride in seeing your receivers play well. Devin Funchess has seemed to really embrace the physicality of his routes and getting those extra yards. Does that give you a little bit of an enjoyment to see him kind of truck sticking people out there?
It's funny to hear a female talk about routes. Like, it's funny. But fun is coming along, man. We're gonna. This is a big game for him.
Now, did he mean cute when he said funny?
No, he says funny. And then she tweeted, she's like, I don't think it's, quote, funny to be a female and talk about, you know, she's like, it's my job.
The comments, the female reporters coming back with I think it's funny that blank about Cam Newton were incredible all day long. Like, I think it's funny that you're talking about routes when you have a 45% completion percentage.
Terrell, you're defending Cam Newton out there in Connecticut, Terrell.
Yes, good morning. Thanks for taking the call. Unfortunately, yes, I am. Like, I really didn't see it to be as bad as y'all trying to make it out to be, because if that was the case, then people should be flaming Rosenberg for how he be treating Laura every morning about wanting to be a guru.
So you think he won't let Laura Stiles be a guru because she's a woman?
Exactly. Why? What other reason? She's qualified. She always has something good to say.
That's
whenever
right.
He always hits her with that DJ Khaled joint. You're not a guru type thing or whatever. Like, come on, give her her props. I really think personally, Rosenberg just hates Cam Newton because of how he destroys the Redskins. He just has a personal vendetta against Cam Newton.
So
because I mean, honestly, even if it was my daughter,
go ahead. Even if it was
my daughter, he didn't say nothing to, because my daughter, that's her favorite player is Cam Newton.
Okay.
So even though he didn't say nothing to that disrespect, like he didn't call her out her name, he just found it funny that she said something about Rose. Just
Hold
like
on,
if
so
I
real
was
quick. Your daughter, if your daughter went to college from the age of 15, like this woman, she busted her ass. She went to a journalism school. She started studying everything there is to know about football. She went and she worked with the team every day for over a year. And randomly in a room of other professionals and colleagues, when she asked a serious question, he started it off by laughing in her face. You wouldn't find that offensive.
Did he really laugh in her face, or he just giggled under his breath?
It doesn't matter, fam. You know that was dismissive. You know it was.
No, I'm not saying it wasn't dismissive, but I don't see it as being disrespect. Like, it just sounded to be funny that she's asking about Rouse, but he still continued to answer her question. That's just like me saying, look, you know what? Let me talk to Laura about having her period. Do you get a heavy flow or a light flow, or your cramps hard? And you might find that to be funny.
But that's not your profession. If you were a doctor and you said that, she wouldn't
Chill.
If you're a gynecologist, I wouldn't laugh and say it's funny.
If it was a male gynecologist Laura went to, and he was, which of course there are tons, and he was like, hey, so about your period, he was like, oh my God, period, you're a man. Well, I went to medical school. This is what I do.
Mount from New Jersey. Is your name Mount?
Malcolm.
Oh, Malcolm.
Yeah, that's Malcolm from Jersey.
Malcolm, you
Yeah, I got a point on the Cam Newton comment was not really disrespectful. Second of all, the comment was actually a technical question about the route. And third of all, y'all just coming for him because he threw up the black fist the other day. Y'all just falling in line with the rest of these cracker-ass crackers. Because he threw up the black fist when he scored.
I just want to tell you.
He threw up the black fist. I love that.
I want to tell you.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
You are the worst. You are the worst example of what we're talking about.
Jobbing for these crackers out here anyway.
Sir, I'm gonna tell you something, Malcolm. You are caught up in the fact that Cam Newton is a black man. Cam Newton is the most shucking and jivinest of black quarterbacks that we've ever seen. So for you to get up here on the radio right now and really just defend Cam on a race element is the most narrow-minded thing I've heard today. Cam is the epitome of shucking and jiving.
Well, can I just give you the 3 levels? I'm glad
he had a race coach, guys, to make white people feel comfortable.
That's insane.
But Ebro,
don't even try that. Let's not do that today. Not with me. Not on my program.
So 3 real quick.
Malcolm, you must not listen. I'm sorry, Rosenberg. You must not listen to Ebro in the morning to call up here. You must be a Breakfast Club listener.
No, you're right, because the first thing he said is that the reason Peter Rosenberg of Hot 97 for the last 10 years, I would be anti-Cam Newton because he threw up a black fist. That's so what you say? I've been riding harder for these issues than Cam Newton, you bitch. You little bitch. And then after that, and then hold on, then you go and say it's a race issue, so you only see it as race. And then you casually use the word crackers. I'm never offended by the word crackers, except for the way you just actually legitimately used it in a sentence over and over again like it's okay. Bro, you're pathetic. Okay, Ebro, these are outdoing what I even expected.
Is your name Fred or Freud?
Freud.
Hey, Freud, turn your radio down for me, man.
Now, you have to be smart. You're named after Freud, for God's sake.
Young Freud, you're defending Cam today, like everyone else.
Cam. Look, simply because the main reason I'm defending Cam, number one, he did answer the question. Number two, as a guy, I understand why. Again, there are certain things, like on a first date, I meet a female, I start talking about Giants. If she knows the Giants more than I do, I'll be like, oh my God.
Right, but
But
Freud,
it's not the first time he encountered this reporter.
Right, but Freud, the point of it is, she's in the room. She's in the room. She's a sports.
Women knowing more about sports than most men.
Freud.
That is a new thing. Yes.
Freud. She's in the room. She is a sports journalist. Why would you be surprised that she knows a lot about sports?
That's the question. That's what can't you answer. But it's just maybe.
He can't even answer the question.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
So to my point earlier, when this conversation came up,
my heart rate went up just now. I'm not kidding. Remember how Ebro and I have very low heart rates from it. Mine's no joke, like 85, 90 right now, up from my normal resting 50.
You got really offended by Malcolm.
That was just so
Malcolm was so ignorant.
First of all, it's funny. I didn't hear someone else, and the reason it bothered me, Ebro, is I didn't know till today, this morning, when I was already mad. Someone else tweeted me, "Oh, yeah, you say something after Cam puts his fist up." First of all, Cam's little bitch ass last year when he was asked about Colin Kaepernick wouldn't say anything.
That's right.
He had his race coach to prepare him so he wouldn't make the Charlotte, North Carolina white people feel uncomfortable with him. So let's be clear, Cam's never stood next to a black issue. And over time, one of the most amusing things to me is the way we've been so warped in this country to see race is people love to come to the defense of someone of their own race who's never cared about your race at all. Case in point, OJ. That's always happened. People are always duped to think about things racially, and that's it. Had this reporter, the second I saw the story, I went, man, I hope she's black. Because if she's black, the black people will be offended by this. However, if she's white, we are in this country so warped to see race that people who might normally would be offended by disrespecting a woman, because it's a black person and a white person,
they'll put that first.
They put that first. They don't care that it's a woman. Guys, in this Donald Trump era, we cannot separate into every little group. We have to all be on the same. If you're a good person, you do not disrespect for other good people who are trying to do their job. You can't continue to separate. Well, that one's black. Did you vote for Trump? I mean, right is right and wrong is wrong. He disrespected her intentionally. He laughed in her face.
Yes.
So did I just hear you say that if a good person voted for Donald Trump, you're good with them?
No. Of course not. There's no such thing as that.